What's up, guys? Archaic Zeus bringing you some Halo 4 footage here. This is my first impressions video. Now, I just have to say to start the video off that I love this game. I adore this game. It's fantastic. I've been waiting for a new Halo game for a long time, and Halo 3 lasted me around 2 years of my life, so this definitely, I was a little worried at first. I didn't have it pre-ordered for a long time. I didn't have it pre-ordered up until about the last week I had a chance to. But just from watching clips and stuff of how the game played and how it functioned, I did get it, obviously, from what you're seeing here. It's fantastic. I've been playing it for hours and hours and hours on end, both days. So I've got it on release day, and I've been playing it that day and then the day after. And I wanted to play it for 2 days before I did my first impressions video, only because a game on the first day, the player base is so very new, and you have all those players that, you know, are playing the game for the very first time, and they take the time to sit down because they just got it, and some of them don't play during the second day. You never know. So basically, this game, to start off, I'll talk about the multiplayer since you're watching a King of the Hill mode here, and King of the Hill was almost looked down upon in Halo 3. It was only really a part of multi-team, and it wasn't really, it was more like a glorified free-for-all, really. And this is the 5v5, red versus blue, and it has this extra sense of strategy to it. In fact, the whole game really does, because you have all these different things. Now you have these armor abilities that they balanced very well and added to the game very nicely. And they've added the ability to give yourself a custom loadout, so you can choose to spawn with a battle rifle, or you can choose to spawn with a DMR, or whatever the hell the abbreviation stands for. I know, terrible, but the multiplayer is really, really fun, and it's a lot faster paced than any other Halo game so far, including Reach. It feels a lot faster paced, and it's great that way. It functions well that way. I was surprised at how well it functioned, actually. I mean, but it still has that fundamental quality that makes it Halo. It still has that deep strategy beneath it, because at the end of the day, it's still going to be all player skill, really. And it's fantastic that way. I love it. But moving on from the multiplayer, you can just see that the game looks gorgeous as well, going from a graphic standpoint. I'm just going to kind of try and cross all the boards of rating and stuff like that of this game. So, talk about the graphics a little bit. The game looks gorgeous, and there's really no graphical errors in too many places. It's really, really nice. You can just tell from this multiplayer map, this clip right here, they did a fantastic job on it. Their artists really did a great job. And the HUD is very much the old Halo HUD, but, you know, the guns look modernized, and just everything, the HUD is just more streamlined and more unique, not unique, just more streamlined. That's the word, you know, it's just better. It's great. And then you go to the sounds. The sounds are phenomenal. Just listening to these guns fire, they sound like these really heavy-duty guns that are meant to pierce through armor and stuff. And then you know, you have your new Forerunner weapons that sound like you're firing those beams of light or whatever. It's really, really, really cool. I like the sounds. They did a fantastic job with the sound work as well. It's great. Now, my one complaint with this is that there are certain aspects of the sound that I haven't had this issue, but there have been reports that the sound can blow up sometimes. Guild Wars 2 has this issue too, actually. And there's a lot of stuff going on. Your sound can freeze, and then it'll just distribute the sound in this one large burst. A lot of games coming out now seem to be having this issue. I'm not really sure what it is, whether it be a sound card issue. I'm playing on the Xbox, you know, personally. And I don't know what kind of Xboxes people are running or whatever, but people have had that issue, so that's one problem with the sound. But going back to the multiplayer, there are a couple slight issues, because I can't praise it 24/7. I can't praise it the entire video, you know? So, a couple things is that there are a couple balance issues, you know, with guns and stuff. Yes, it is still very much player skill, but in my opinion, every gun should do the same amount of damage. They shouldn't be able to do more damage. Like, you know, between the battle things you start out with. You should have an assault rifle that does the same amount of damage as another assault rifle, and then you should have a precision weapon that does the exact same amount of damage as a precision weapon. It just depends on the range of their usefulness. Like a BR is more, you know, mid to short range, kind of long range-ish. DMR is more long range, blah, 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 whatever. I just would like to have seen more balance, because the light rifle can actually 4-shot somebody when zoomed in. It does more damage zoomed in. Now, that's just my only problem, really, with the multiplayer. My other problem from the first day was just that player skills were not really meshed, because it was the first day, so I was on teams with really bad people, I was on teams with really good people. Didn't matter how well I performed in, you know, the consecutive games I had played. That issue seems to have fixed itself during the second day of my playing the game, hence why I wanted to do the video after playing the game for a second day. Now, moving on to the campaign. Now, the campaign is really, really awesome for a hardcore Halo fan. I watched Forward Unto Dawn, which I seriously recommend you watch. It's a web series that you can find on Machinima, and you can also find it on somewhere else. You can just search up Halo Forward Unto Dawn web series, and it'll come up. Just Google it. I promise, it'll be fine. I can even post a link maybe if I'm not too lazy. But it's a fantastic web series, pretty much a prologue to Master Chief, prologue to the lore of Master Chief kind of thing, which really sets up Halo 4 too. It's really nice, because it's really all about Master Chief and Cortana at this point, even though, yes, spoilers, you do find a Forerunner home world, shield world, or whatever. Now, as 343's first game and first true game, yes, they are from Bungie, but their first true game, the campaign, if you have not played a Halo game before, it's very, I don't know, it doesn't introduce Halo as a genre perfectly, but that's because they've had 3 games prior as an actual storytelling series, so they don't necessarily need that. But for new players being introduced to the series, then that would be my only complaint really for the campaign so far. I have not beat it yet. I'm working on Legendary, so it's taking me a little while, and I'm really delving into the multiplayer because it's a lot of fun, and I missed the competitive strategy of Halo 3 multiplayer. Well, moving on, I have to start wrapping up here, but basically this game, people are just singing its praises. It got a bunch of nominations, a bunch of awards from E3 and all that other fun stuff, and Metacritic also gave it like a 90-something. It's getting really good scores and stuff, and I can definitely see why. I sing this game's praises through and through. I'm going to keep playing it for a long, long time. So I recommend you guys go out and buy it if you haven't already, you know, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. This was just my first impressions on the game Halo 4 from 343 Industries. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you guys later.